Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. A few moments ago I was noticing it looks like we're going to have a nice sunrise this morning. Maybe. See what happens. I put new batteries in the clock and in the sending unit that's outside. So we got the temperature. It says minus 20.8 Celsius. I think it's probably pretty close. Hey Google, what is the temperature in Winnipeg right now?
The temperature in Winnipeg right now is minus 22 degrees.
That's pretty close. I think they get their information from the airport, which is a little bit out of town a little bit, but it might be a degree colder out in the country than it is in the city. Anyway, or it could be that my thermometer is not accurate. Or maybe they're not accurate. Anyway, yeah. So what are we going to do here today? Well, we're pretty much the same way as when we left off yesterday. I didn't come back to the model table, so unfortunately I can't use Jeff's cup here and roll back. I should have used this cup yesterday. Yeah. This is the Rodney, by the way. Oh, remember a couple of days ago I was talking about Trumpeter. They will use the same hull and have two different ships. Well, I think they did the HMS Nelson first, and then a couple of years later they came out with the Rodney, which is the one that I built. It's in the case there, and yeah, it's the third one from the top. Or the second one from the bottom, whichever way you want to look at it. That's the Rodney. And the Nelson looks a lot like it from a distance. So that's what they did. And once again, it's my hope that they'll do the Mashushi because they've already got the tooling for most of it. And then, like I say, bring it out in so that it's available in Canada, and I'll think about it. But you know what? About the Yamato, I've pretty much given up on it. It's just too expensive to get it here in Canada. It's ridiculously expensive, and there's not that much more plastic to it than, say, the Iowa, which is, probably a third of the cost. Anyway, that's the way it goes. Supply and demand, right? Supply and demand. Anyhow. We'll see what happens when this is done, which, as I replied to Brian in an email earlier this morning, it's a long way off. A lot to do on this yet. Got to make the case. And I was thinking yesterday, maybe the case will not be a case as such. It'll be more or less just a stand, and this thing will be out catching dust. Because it's in a way, now mind you, there will be a lot of detail on the top. It would be kind of hard to dust unless a person used a compressed air and a little tiny paintbrush. I don't know, maybe an open case is not a good idea. It'd be more or less a shelf. I'm thinking out loud again. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's a long way off. We got a lot of work yet to do on this. For instance, I think about the next step I can do because I can't glue parts down on this deck until I paint it to 77, which is what I've decided I'm going to do. And I was just noticing here as I was talking, I'm seeing what appears to be sprue connections here. I better check and see, are those really sprue connections? And they have to be nipped off? I kind of think they are. And yeah, then I'm going to have to mask it along the other side here. Like this clear won't be painted at all. I don't think I'm going to paint any of this. But just leave it clear so that you can see in there. At least that's the plan right now. And the same with the stern section. Leave it clear. I was noticing afterwards there are a lot of pieces that are going to go back up in this and will be visible, like the I'm calling them push rods for the rudder. That'll be visible. The propeller shafts will be visible, and I think they'll come up to a bulkhead, which is going to go here somewhere. And yeah, the last module that we made, the rear torpedo room, if you remember, it had a lot of stuff that went back into the stern section. Well, I kind of like that to be visible. That's the plan. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut her down here and recompose. And I don't know how much videoing I'm going to do of the. Oh, I just heard a noise outside, and it kind of scared me. I thought, what was that? And then I realized today is garbage day. Yeah, you can see the garbage truck there. Okay, so he's emptied one of my cans. So I guess I better get out there and get it before the wind blows it away. Actually, I had that one time. It's kind of interesting. This is before we used the larger bins. We had smaller recycle bins, and we used to call them blue boxes. And we had a terrible wind one time, and I was coming home from work, and everybody's blue boxes were all over the place. And I'm thinking when I came around the corner here, because I was taking the bus to work back in those days, and I came around the corner and I'm thinking, okay, my blue bin's probably somewhere, and I couldn't find it. So I knew which way the wind had been blowing and which way it would have tumbled, and it went way down the street, and it didn't turn the corner. It blew right through somebody's open gate and into their backyard. And as I'm walking down the street, I can see this blue box. Well, sure enough, I go and I look at it, and here's got a 64 on it. Well, it's mine. Yeah, it was windy that day. We're lucky we didn't lose shingles. I'm rambling here. Okay, let's recompose here. And before I paint, Jeff, don't worry. I'll take off your nice Bismarck shirt here so I don't get 77 all over it. Yeah, Murphy's Law says that's what's going to happen. So, okay, let's recompose here and get our act together. Oh, did I say I changed the batteries? And I was going to tell you that the batteries that were in the sending unit that I thought had died, when I tested them, they were still just slightly over 1.5 volts. I think they were like 1.53 volts, both of them. Mind you, they were the lithium batteries. So, however, the batteries that were in the receiving unit, they were low. So, anyway, the bottom line is it's working now. So I'm not gonna dispose of these because they're still usable, maybe for LEDs. Yeah, these lithium batteries, they're expensive. Okay, let's get going here. Good morning, Missy. Good morning, Ron. Good morning, Max.
She gave a little sniff to your jar of dog bones there.
Yeah, she knows what's in there. Yeah, she knows what's in there. Now, wait. Okay. Alright.
We're early because I have a 10 o'clock appointment with the doc.
Oh.
One appointment.
Well, the tail is going very healthily. Yeah.
She only ate one meal yesterday.
She's maybe a little bit hungry right now.
Maybe, yeah.
Let's see if she jumps off my lap here before the last one is gone. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. You stayed here, didn't you? Yeah, you stayed here.
Well, it was nice to talk to Jim yesterday.
Yeah, that was nice.
That's great.
There's a coincidence. You just happened to phone about 3-4 minutes before you came in. So,
Yeah, he was a long distance runner.
a long distance runner, yeah.
Pretty impressive. You want up here? Warm your paws? No, not very much. Thanks anyway.
And he
can go home and see
also
Mom.
he's also a bit of a motorcycle buff. He's had at least 3 different really nice bikes.
Yeah?
Yeah. I saw a picture of them. Yeah.
What does he think of your Goldwing idea?
Well, he probably has questions, because it's heavy, right? But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you gotta die of something.
That's right. May as well die having fun, right?
Right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Right, Missy? Let's go, Pops. Go see Mommy. Sit on the couch. Chew bone.
Thank you for coming again, Missy. We'll see you later. See you about 1:30 this afternoon for a dog bone.
Thanks, Ron.
Okay, see you later. Bye, Misty.
Thanks, Ron.
Okay. It's still too cold to be able to close all by itself all the way. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay. Now, I'm just going to continue masking this off here so that when we spray the upper deck, we're not going to have spray going down through, and mind you, the 77 wouldn't show up real bad on this black, but it would still show up. And my intent is to sort of spray at an angle so that any overspray is going to go down this way and not in this way. At least that's the plan. And then I will mask off the top and spray the sides with whatever it is I'm going to use. I think I had concluded I was going to use the 19 on this part right here, and on the lower part I think we were going to use the what was it here, 337. Yeah, I think it's the 337 we were going to use. Anyway, we'll worry about it when we get to it. So let's just continue on here, and we'll see what happens yet today. I might be doing a little bit of spraying, and when I paint this with the 77, I also want to paint this with the 77 because it goes right here. Yeah, in that direction. Doesn't matter. We'll get it right when the time comes. Okay, let's continue on here. Now this yellow tape, it's great tape if you want a tape that lets go easily later. In fact, it'll let go all by itself. So you got to keep poking it down. And I think I've got everything basically masked off here. The idea is that I'm going to be spraying like this, and then we'll move it down. Let's just do a bit of a dry run here, see if we can get it all the way down off the end of the model table here so I can get to the bow section. Yeah, and keep it more or less in the you know, so a lot of the spray will get sucked into the filters. And we're going to want to be spraying. We're going to be wanting to spray at an angle like this, and so that it doesn't curl underneath, because I didn't mask this off very good. I was thinking of covering it with saran wrap, and then I thought, you know, if I'm careful, I should be able to do this. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but I think it will. Alrighty. I did thin this out, so I'm hoping it's of the right viscosity for the airbrush. This TimberTech airbrush, it seems to handle paint really, really well. It doesn't plug up. I've had so much better luck with this TimberTech, which is about, I think I buy 5 TimberTechs for the one Iwata. And in my opinion, the TimberTech works a lot better. I would think this medium reservoir would be enough, the right size. Okay. Now, are we ready to go here? I think we are. We may as well just start right here and just move our way up. And I do want to remember that I want to paint the, maybe I should paint this first. Yeah, I think I'll paint this first. So we'll just move this a little bit further. Okay, now if I think I should be able to just zoom in a little bit here so you can see it a little better. And we'll get our fan going. The compressor is set for about 12 pounds. Okay, offhand, I think that looks all right. I think if there is any places where it maybe needs to be done a little bit more, maybe around this hatch it's not too good. Mind you, I'm going to be painting that hatch a different color anyway, so that it stands out. So I won't bother with the hatch. Maybe right there I could use a touch. There's a touch. Okay. Yeah, I think we did pretty good here. You know, a couple of hours ago when I was thinking about setting up, I was thinking, you know what, I don't want to airbrush. But you know what, I enjoyed this little airbrush session. I'm probably not going to enjoy cleaning up the airbrush, but what do we got here? You can't see the clock, but it is 12:45 right now. And Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I do get a coffee visitor, so I think what I'm going to do is call her quits for what I've done here today. Right in here I can see it's not too good. Wherever there was a three-dimensional object, I had some of the I didn't go at an angle all the way around it, if you know what I mean. But I got this now. I think something's going to go there, a gun or something, isn't it? Yeah, I think there's a gun goes there. Okay, let's how are we doing out here on the bow? You can, once it starts to dry, you can sort of see where it might have been. Should have done just a little bit better. Maybe right in there. I'm not sure. Okay, let's clean up our airbrush and then we're going to close off today's episode. Okay, we're all cleaned up here. I think I should be able to carefully remove this cling wrap off of here now. This is actually the first time I've been trying cling wrap for masking, and it seems to work pretty good. Although person does have to be careful how you remove it. Maybe I'll do it later with a pair of tweezers. I don't want to break my little wires. And then we got the masking tape. Yeah, I can probably do that a lot better off camera. Wouldn't want to snap off the mast, or the periscope rather. So, okay. I'm going to leave the airbrush set up because I think I'm probably going to want to spray this tomorrow. I think it was the XF20, wasn't it? Yeah, the 20. The same as this. But that's going to be tomorrow. I'm going to call it quits here for today, folks. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.